Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. So today I'm here with the Perfect Flowers again, and we've got the Perfect Flowers die and stamp set. This is the Perfect Sentiments die and stamp set. Now with the flowers you can stamp the whole lot out in one go, or you can pick certain ones and just use those on your design. So I've decided to cut my A4 piece of card in half, because I'm going to do my flowers in different colours, but I'm going to do one colour per sheet. I've decided to use just the rose die, the rose stamp, and its matching die from the set. I have some Versamark and I have some gold embossing powder. I've also got an anti-static tool that I'm going to need later. So with some water and my card, I'm just going to put some low tack tape on the back just to stop this from moving around. So we'll pop that down there, and now all I'm going to do with some water is just wet the card. And there's nothing difficult about this. You don't need to be a watercolour artist, you don't even need to be good at painting. All you need to do is get the water down and then decide what colour you want to use, and I'm going to use a lilac. So I'm just going to pop this down all over my wet sheet, and it's nothing fancy, I'm just getting this paint down. Now once I've got that down and I'm happy with the way it looks, I'm going to dry it off with the heat tool. Now once that's dry, I'm going to repeat that process with some darker purple. So I'm just going to pop this down anywhere I want on that sheet. So you want some splotches of it around, and you're thinking, what a mess. So we'll dry it again. Now once that's dry, we're going to go over it with the anti-static. So put plenty on. And then take your stamp and your Versamark. And all you're going to do is ink up that stamp, and add it to your card. Now leave enough space between your stamps so that you can get the die in when you need it. So we'll add another one here, and we're going to fill that sheet completely. So once you have these all stamped up with the Versamark, take your gold embossing powder and you're going to sprinkle it all over. And then once you've done that, you're going to heat set it with your heat tool. And then when you've done that, you're going to take your little die and you're going to add it to all these flowers. Put those out in the colours that you want. These are the flowers that you will have for your cards. So I'm going to go away now and cut these flowers out. So once you have your flowers cut, put them on one side, and then from the die cuts and the same watercolour card, you're going to cut out as many leaves as you would like for to go with your flowers. So we'll cut these out and then I'll come back to you. So once you have your leaves cut, take them and press them into your Versamark, and then add them to your tray or your mat or whatever it is you're using to collect your embossing powder, and then you're going to sprinkle them with the gold embossing powder. And then once you've done that, you're going to heat them till that powder's melted. So this is what your leaf will be like, and if you want to repeat the process you'll get a smoother look to your flowers, to your leaves. But I'm just going to carry on now and do the rest. So we'll just add these to our tray and heat them. There look to be any little bits that are missed. You can always dip them back into the Versamark when I can pick it up and repeat that process. So now that I have all my flowers coloured and cut and my leaves all made gold, let's get busy and make some cards. So with everything cut and coloured now, I'm going to make some cards. So I have an A5 size card with the fold at the top. I have a DL card which is 4 by 8 inches. I have a 5 by 7 card with the fold at the top. And I have a little 5.5 inch square card. Now for each of those cards I've created a mat. Now for each of these three I'm going to put this through an embossing folder. This is the angled one, but I've put my card in so that that's also on an angle, and that will emboss down the centre of the panel. Now for this square one I cut myself a yellow panel and that's going to sit on there, and then I've used these 3 outer dies for this square and I'm going to pop that along there. Now for this one I've used 2 ovals that will create a frame for me, and I've taped those together, and I've cut this twice so that it's a little bit thicker, and that's going to sit on the front of there. So now we'll add this yellow mat in place onto the square card. And we'll make sure that fits on there nice and neatly with just a small border around the edge. Now for the 5 by 7 one I've decided to add in a gold mat, and that will blend in the leaves. I'm just going to trim that down a little bit more so that it leaves a nice little border around all the edges. That's better, and now we can glue that in. And we can add that to the front of the card. So now we can decide where we're going to put our flowers and our leaves. Now on this one, I just want the yellow flowers across the card. So we'll just add these along here. Now they can sit along there, and then on the top of it we'll add in that frame. So that will be one card done. Now on this lilac one I'm going to add in some leaves and some of the flowers. Then on this one we'll add in one of each with some leaves, and we'll pop these over this side. So we'll add a yellow one, a lilac one and a pink one, and we'll put some of these leaves in along here. Now this is just a trial run. If I don't like this, I can always change them. And then over on this one, we'll add in some of the ferns and some of the ivy leaves. And there. And we'll pop these pink ones in here. And then at the top there, we'll add another pink one and another single leaf there and there. And we'll add another leaf there. So let me move these up and then you can see. So with my flowers and leaves glued in place onto my cards, I've used this Perfect Sentiments die and stamp set to create my sentiments for the cards. So I've got with love for this one, happy anniversary for that one, thinking of you, and then sending smiles, and they're all on foam pads ready to add to my cards. So we'll press those in place, and I have plenty of flowers and leaves left over for another project. Now to finish these cards, I'm adding either sequins, gemstones or pearls, and I'm just going to dot them very lightly onto the card just as a finishing touch. So in this one, I don't flirt them all over the place again. We'll just add some purple ones. So there's the sequins. This one has the gemstones on it. And I think on this one we'll add some pearls, and we'll leave that one for now because there's quite a lot going on that card with the outside border. Now the items that I've used to create these cards are the Perfect Sentiments die and stamp set, the Perfect Flowers die and stamp set. I've used the square dies from the 6x6 collection, and I've used a variety of embossing folders. This is the Simply Dots and these are the Flourish ones. Now I've curled the edges up of these flowers just to give them a little more interest, and under this one I've added a gold leaf under the sentiment. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one, and why not subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, and you'll always be aware when I add a new video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.